Hello, 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 my beautiful people. My name is Miriam K. Welcome to Aunty Mea'S kitchen. And this is literally just the beginning. But yeah, today we are going to be preparing stew. I hope you are actually going to try it out. And if you do try it out, please reach out, tag MAE'S TV, and who knows, you can actually, your photo or video might be featured on the next Aunty Mea'S kitchen. But anyways, let's start with the cooking. Before we get on with the cooking, obviously we're going to need ingredients, and I am going to walk you through the ingredient that we're going to use today. So you're going to need onion, and I've got here the meat. I'm going to be using beef. You can use what you like. You can use fish, you can use lamb, whatever pleases you, but this is what I'm going to be using today. I've already seasoned and also cooked and steamed this meat, so it's good and ready to go, just to make things a bit easier. And we're going to also need an eggplant and of course sweet pepper, so I'm going to just use one. And then I've got here Scotch bonnet pepper, but I've got two, but I'm actually might end up using one because I don't want it too spicy, but it depends. And I've got salt, of course. I don't have much salt, as you can see. The reason being is because I've got a stock cube here and I've got a jumbo stock cube as well. So because of this, I'm not going to use much salt. And also please remember that, you know, salt does have its, you know, downside, is negative effect on your health. And we're going to also need some fresh tomatoes, and I've got 3 tomatoes there, and just a bit as well of tomato paste, tomato puree, just a bit of it, and then of course the oil. Okay, so now we are going to blend the ingredients. So here we have, what I'm going to blend is the sweet peppers, the eggplant. I usually peel mine, that's my preference, but some people prefer it without being peeled. It's up to you. This is my preference, you know. And then of course the fresh tomatoes. I've got 3, and just as I said earlier, I'm actually going to end up using 1 Scotch bonnet because, you know, if you're preparing like sauce, like leaves or whatever, you can use more, but when it's stew you will taste it much more. So I'm only going to use 1 now, and then I'm going to blend it together with the stock cube. This is a chicken flavor stock cube. So I'm going to blend now, but it's going to be noisy, so but don't worry, when it's blended you see the finished result. I don't need to chop things like really fine for them to be blended. This one just, it chops it to how you want. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to fry the beef. It's already seasoned and steamed, so but when you're doing stew especially, I like it, I just like that crunchy taste of it, so I always try and fry it first before everything. This is just vegetable oil. Yeah, so it's been 5 minutes, and I'm just gonna check that the oil is, you know, is ready for the meat to go in. The way I test that the oil is ready is to put in an onion, and then you see. So you see now the onion is frying, showing that the oil is, you know, warming up. So after about 10 minutes, it should be alright. But make sure you check it and turn it around so one side doesn't end up. Now it's much better, it's not flying all over the place. Okay, now the meat is fried. What I usually do, I make sure I turn down the heat before going, because then that kind of reduces the oil, but still remember that it can still be passing around. So yeah, it works out as well as it should. I'm going to take it out. Now I'm going to just put it again on medium. And then we're going to go now and put the onion. I don't use a lot of oil because oil and all of that saturated fat, it can lead to so many things, you know. It can clog up your arteries and all of that. So So while the onion is cooking, I'm going to add the stock cube, the jumbo stock cube, because you know us African, we like our food to taste nice. So that no cube is not good enough. So the onion has been, simmering and frying for about 10-15 minutes. And you see in the beginning it looked like, I know you would have been screaming like, Jesus, how much onion do you need? But you see the way it's just shrunk, literally, and it's gonna even continue shrinking. And that's the whole point of using much. And also please make sure it doesn't get burnt. I'm using a stainless steel pot that does not stick, so non-stick pot is better, so that way the onion doesn't, it won't burn the food easily. So I'm going to now add just a bit of tomato puree. You can see tomato puree, so literally just a bit. All right. Yes, I've got the sweet peppers and the tomato, the eggplant, and then the non-stop cube. As I said, mine does not need water, so that I'm gonna just take out some of the excess water, and I will show you how I do that. So some of the excess water, because otherwise all that water will just end up in your stew, which you don't want, unless that's what you want then. So keep watching and you will find out we're not just about food here in Aunty Mea'S kitchen, we're also about health and healthy eating, because I believe that there's a way of preparing food that's healthy. And I think it's very important that we take our health serious, because health is wealth. And you can have all the money in the world, if you don't have the good health to be able to live a good life, all of that is just a waste. So it's better to start now than later. So if you give that about 10 minutes, it should be okay. But just make sure you keep an eye on it. When I say give it 10 minutes, doesn't mean go and leave it and go. It's better to still stick around, because depending on the kind of cooker you have, some cookers are more powerful than others. So your medium might be my high on my cooker. So now I am going to put the meat inside. And if you see, I put the reason why I put like a kitchen towel, or you can use a cloth or whatever, the reason why, because it absorbs the oil from the meat, so I'm not adding extra oil. The food is already oily enough. You see, even though we didn't use much oil, you can see it's already oily. This is literally, just give it probably like 2-3 minutes for the meat and the sauce to just simmer. I know a lot of people these days, especially like the young ones, they don't really like spicy food. They don't like hot peppers, especially the Scotch bonnet that we use, but it is important. It's healthy. The hot pepper can help to just build your immunity, your immune system. That's why when you have a cold, especially us Africans, when we have a cold, what do you eat? That soup, because of the ingredient it has that helps to strengthen your immunity, and it actually helps to fight against inflammation, reduces the chances of certain cancers. Everything can give you cancer, so it's very important when you find something that says reduce cancer, because 90% of the time it will tell you, it will give it to you. So it's important, it's very, very important. And there's so many other health benefits with Scotch bonnet pepper. You can go do your research, find out more about it, and I hope, no cheating, I hope you have already written the comment before actually watching, so you don't come watch and then comment, because I'll catch you. So make sure, no tricks. So we are done. As I said earlier, if you can guess what I'm gonna have my sauce with, and today I'm gonna be having couscous. For me, I prefer, you can have it with yam, potatoes, rice, whatever it is you want to have it with, you can have it with it. But for me, and especially with my kids, I prefer to go for a healthier version healthier options, and also not just eating rice every day. So I went with couscous, and I have some mixed veg at the side. The way I did my couscous, I just literally had the couscous, I added some hot water, covered it, like within 3 minutes it's done. And then with the mixed veg, I just took it out of the pack from the freezer, put it into a bowl, added some boiling water, and just microwave it for like a minute, and that's it. And I know some of you men, we women, we do the cooking all the time. So if you want to just surprise your special one, you should try it. Definitely. You trust me, I'm a woman, so make sure you give it a go. Thank you so much for joining me. I've actually enjoyed cooking, and I hope I'm going to enjoy eating as well. And thank you for watching. We have many more videos coming up. Please comment and suggest what you'd like to see me prepare. It doesn't have to be Syrian food. It can be anything. And that will be my own challenge as well, to go and find out if I don't know. And I hope today, besides just cooking, and I enjoy cooking, but also I hope we've learned something, something you might not have known. And also, let's get busy in the comment section. Do you have any suggestion? Also, if you do prepare this recipe, wherever you eat it with, whether it be yam, rice, whatever it is, gari, you eat it with, just take a picture or a video and tag MAE'S TV. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website as well. You can actually always watch our shows from their videos, and we also have a YouTube page, of course. So go and subscribe, because we have a lot more coming. And who knows, maybe your suggestion will be next. And if I do prepare food that somebody suggested, I will actually at you and shout you out. And if you do send in pictures, we might show those pictures and give you a shout out. So get busy, you don't know, your name might just be appearing. So make sure you tag us though, so we see it, and make sure we give you a shout out. Thank you. Share, like, subscribe, you know the rest of it.